Hey guys, what's going on? Wizzy Games here, and today I've got for you the third episode of my F1 2015 Custom Career Mode. And we're here around Japan for round 3, and we qualified in P7, so a decent qualifying. However, it's still our worst of the season. In Mexico we qualified P5, Brazil P6, and obviously today we qualified in P7, so if we're following the pattern we should qualify P8 next time out around USA. However, we have 5 red lights and we get off the line to quite a mediocre start, I have to say. However, as we upshift through the gears, we slowly lose touch with the likes of Massa and co. But through turn 1 we took it quite aggressively, hit Massa, we're behind both Williams, both Ferraris and both Mercs. I believe Vettel actually started P2, but Rosberg got ahead of him, and look at that, we go around the outside of Massa, goes slightly on the grass, touch him a bit, going around the outside, I actually turn in on him there, which is completely my fault, but we hold it round the outside, and we just about got the inside, and we take P6, so we're now in a Williams sandwich as we're approaching Degner 1 and now Degner 2. I turned in twice there for that corner, I didn't want to cut it. And that's allowed Massa to now come up the inside here, and he brakes extremely early. I misjudged how early he braked, but we still just about got the inside. However, Massa's there on our outside, he actually gets better traction and he manages to get the move, and I frantically try and get in his slipstream and accidentally cut that bit of that corner there, unfortunately. But we're now coming into Spoon, we run slightly wide, however come back onto the circuit and we proper hug the apex there, where we really hug it to try and get a good exit, make our exit as wide as possible. Our entry as wide as possible to get a good exit. As we actually see the Ricardo, we see Ricardo trying to go up or inside of 130R. However, we just about go around the outside. We literally went to Narnia and back. But just about kept the position. We ended up getting past Massa, tapped him a bit, which may have made him go quite slow. However, he just manages to come back at us, so no problem there. We go wide into turn 1, but we still managed to stay right behind Massa. We were actually starting to lose a lot of time to the cars ahead. We need to clear Massa soon, because we've definitely got more pace than him at this stage of the Grand Prix, and we're going every which way to try and find an opening. We now go round the outside, and it's pretty much identical to lap 1, but no, we go slightly deep. Massa tries the switchback, but he nearly hits us trying to get on the power, and he has to back out there. But through Degner 1 and 2 again now, and we should be clear of Massa. However, he will try and come back at us. We now come through Spoon and we're on lap 7. Other drivers have already come into the pit lane. Now, I was told that by my engineer to come in on lap 6, but I thought the tyres were good, so I stayed out for an extra lap, and I'm gonna come in this lap on lap 7, and I think it's gonna be a free stop on this race during this race. 2 option stints after this, and a prime stint, your mandatory prime stint to the end. We turn in twice again for that corner, try not to cut it. But as we can now try and come into the pit lane, we actually have to brake there, because I thought I was going to go straight into the pit wall, which I have embarrassingly done before. Not on this game, but on previous F1 games, I've gone straight into that pit wall. But we get our next set of options fitted for a decent sub 2 second pit stop, and now coming out of the pit lane. And we skip on to lap 13, and this is actually coming towards the end of our next option stint, so it shows that nothing really happened. As you can see, we're in P4 again, so it shows that other drivers that came into the pit lane at the end of lap 12. And normally I was going to take these tyres 7 laps as well and pit on the end of lap 14, but I thought I'd try and get an undercut on the cars ahead, and on fresher rubber, a bit like what they did to me in the early stages in the first pit stop. So we came in, tyre wear was a little bit worse than the first stint, so I thought that this was the best decision. Once again, our pit crew do another decent stop and come out of the pit lane again, come out our box driving down the pit lane. And we're now on lap 14, and we are just behind Bottas, so it has worked. We've caught the Williams. We've only just come out the pit lane, but obviously we were catching him in the previous stint, and we're now just behind him. Are we going to make a move here? We brake very, very late, and still make the apex. I was quite proud of that move. However, just like what Massa done to us on round 1, Bottas managed to hold it around the outside, and he gets better traction on the outside, and he's done just what his teammate done. He's come around our outside there. So coming into Spoon, are we going to be able to get him on the exit of Spoon? We do what we tried to do to Massa again, trying to get a good exit, but Bottas is just going to disappear really, despite being in the slipstream. Obviously you can't have DRS down the straights, it's too dangerous with 130R, but we come through that, and now are we going to try and make a move into the chicane? We do, but we've lost the back end, we've actually slid, and we've sent Bottas into the wall there, completely my fault. And I started to slow down here. I wanted Bottas to come past me, but then I saw that he was coming into the pits. So, I mean, I continued on my way. I know that that was my fault. However, I don't have I have corner cutting penalties, but not I don't think I have penalties when you make contact with another driver. So, I mean, I definitely would have got penalised by that by the stewards if that was in real life. However, I was going to wait for Bottas to go past me. I was going to give him the position back, but he's gone into the pit, so I mean there's not much I can do. So I apologise to Bottas for completely wrecking his race there, because he literally just came into the pit, so it's not like it was even near his pit stop either. We completely wrecked his race, but we continue. We've lost time because I slowed down. I probably lost around 3 or 4 seconds from slowing down. But we skip on to lap 19, and this is going to be the lap where we're going to come in for our final stop, our mandatory prime stop. And I mean, I think we were told to go to lap 20. However, I decided to pit in a lap earlier as I slightly cut that corner. I decided to pit in a lap earlier because, like before, I want to get a bit of an undercut on the drivers ahead. So obviously we passed both Williams, so we're in a net P5 despite being in P4. One of the Ferraris or Mercedes have made their stop. But really what I'm going to try and do is we come out on a fresh set of prime tyres, 8 laps to the end. But what I want to do is try and challenge at least one, or if not both, of the Ferraris if we have the pace. But we've come out of the pit lane and we're just behind Daniel Ricciardo, who's yet to make his stop. I believe he will be coming into the pit lane at the end of this lap. So as you can see how much we're gaining through Degner 1 and Degner 2. Are we going to do a move like we did to Bottas and Massa on Ricciardo? I think we are. We're lining it up, and we go up the inside and we go a bit deeper, trying to force Ricciardo to back out, and I shut the door on the exit. But look at that, Ricciardo was still there. We've both spun, and I think Ricciardo's lost his front wing. I was very, very lucky not to get any damage there, but I mean, was that my fault? Was that Ricciardo's fault? Let me know in the comments down below. I see it more as a racing incident. I tried, because last time when I made the moves on the Williams, they out-tractioned me on the outside of the corner. So this time, I tried to go in a bit deeper and really force Ricciardo to just back out and not challenge me on the exit. However, as you can see, that didn't really work that well, did it? And we ended up making a collision with Ricciardo. Luckily, he came off worse. But it's probably put the nail in the coffin, really, that we're not going to be able to challenge the Ferraris ahead, and we may have. I do think that we've ruined our chances of a podium. We don't quite have the pace, but we come into this beautiful corner, probably my favourite corner on the track apart from Spoon. But as you can see ahead, two cars are going really slow, yellow flags. Look at that, is that Vettel? That's Vettel, and we had to slow down. The Sainz gone about 2 miles an hour. He's got no front wing. He was holding up Vettel, who also doesn't have a front wing. And we've just been gifted 4th place and an extra 2 points. So that is fantastic. And now we come on to the last lap coming through Spoon, and look at that. One of the Mercedes have won the Grand Prix. What a surprise. Mercedes winning a Grand Prix. Never heard that one before. But P4 is a fantastic result. I'm ecstatic with that. I think that's Nico Rosberg that's won the Grand Prix. I hope it's Nico Rosberg. I can't quite see on my screen. I do think it is him though. But I'm very happy with a P4. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, P7 on the grid, and in previous races like Brazil, where we've lost positions, as Will Stevens goes on a little sightseeing adventure in the gravel there. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it's not as good as Mexico where we got P2. However, you know, we qualified in P7. I was confident of a good result, but fourth is really fourth is a fantastic result. That's really good. That is true. Rosberg did do a good drive to beat his teammate. However, guys, let me know whose fault you thought the Ricciardo incident, me and Ricciardo's incident was. As you can see, we're in a P7 in the championship. Is that P7? No, it's P6. I think P6 or P7, but let me know if you enjoyed, guys. Please leave a like if you did, and I'll be back with USA very soon.